What's up, Math 8? Thanks for tuning in for another episode of Math with Mullins. Today we're going to look at our Chapter 6 test review, so let's go and get started. Number 1, 5 to the 4th power should give us D, 625. Number 2, negative 1, and then another negative on the inside of the parentheses. We would initially get a positive 1 over 625. Since there's a negative on the outside, we got to stick with C. Negative 1 over 625. For number 3, we want to use order of operations. So we're going to start with 4 squared. Negative 4 squared gives us 16. Bring everything else down. Next up, we should focus on 9 times 16, which is 144. Then adding the 3 to that, we get 147b. Same thing again here. Focus on order of operations. 1/2 is same on the outside. 4 to the 3rd power is 4 times 4 times 4, or 64, minus 4 times 5 squared is 25. Take care of our multiplying, which will give me 100. Then 64 minus 100. I'm going to get negative 36. And then take a half of that. I'm going to get negative 18, letter D. Number 5, anything to the 0 power is always equal to 1. Same thing with number 6. Over here, 5 to the negative seconds on the bottom, which means it has to come up on the top to make it regular 5 to the second, which is C, 25. Here, we can add our exponents together. So this would be 5 plus negative 5, which would be 7 to the 0, which is equal to 1. B. 4b to the 2nd power just means everything gets a 2. 4 squared and b squared. 4 squared is 16. B squared stays the same, so my answer is C. Next up, we're going to write your answer in standard form. Take 3.7. How many liters can a herd of 80 cows produce in a year? So 1 cow is 3.7 times 10 to the 5th. We're going to multiply that by 80. So first we can take 80 times 3.7. We're going to get 296 times 10 to the 5th. Then we write this in standard notation. 296 times 10 to the 5th is 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Which would then be equal to letter A, 29,600,000. Standard form again, 2.71 times 10 to the 1 to negative 3rd. We get 0.00271, letter A. Same thing here, 7.484, 10 to the 5th, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. I should have 4 zeros, so that'll give me this one, letter B. A person breathes in about 2.5 times 10 to the negative 4th cubic meters of air per second. Standard form would be 2.5 times 10 to the negative 4th, 1, 2, 3, 4, or letter D. For number 14, this will be 7.64 times 1, 2, 3, 4 to the negative 5th power. And then for this one, we should have 3.36 times 10 to the 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8 power. Multiply your numbers first. 6 times 6 is 36. Then add your exponents. Negative 5 times 8, or negative 5 plus 8 is 3. So we get times 10 to the 3rd. This is not a scientific notation though. So to write it in standard form, take our 36 and move it 3 times to the right. We get 36,000. But to write it in scientific notation, 3.6 times 1, 2, 3, 4. Or letter C. Same thing here. 5 times 1.1 is 5.5. And then take your exponents, add them together, we get 13. So, scientific notation, 5.5 times 10 to the 13th power, or letter B. This one we are subtracting, so we get 3 minus 5, which is negative 2, or 1 over 7 squared, which is 1 over 49. Negative 2 to the 4th means negative 2 times itself 4 times, or 4 times 4, which is 16. And then order of operations, 2 to the 3rd is 8. 4 times 8 will be next, which is 32. And 32 plus 15 is 47. Again, writing in standard form, 21 is just a 6 with 11 zeros behind it. Or this really big number. Negative 9.37 times 10 to the negative second. You can still keep your negative 9.37, but go over 1, 2. So that's negative 0.0937. 3.2 times 10 to the negative 6. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Or a decimal with 5 zeros. And then 3, 2. And then 8.37 times 10 to the 8th. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Or 837 with 6 zeros behind it. Okay. Here everything gets a 2. So negative 3 squared, 8 squared, and t to the 4th. That would be 9 over 64, t to the 4th. Oops. Here, 3 to the 3rd is 27, x squared over 3x. Take care of your numbers. 27 divided by 3 is 9. Then subtract your exponents. 2 minus 1 is just 1. So we get 9x. Again, distribute anything with parentheses first. 2 to the 3rd, x to the 3rd, y to the 3rd, times 4x to the 2nd. 2 to the 3rd is 8, and 8 times 4 is 32. My x's can be made into x to the 5th, and y to the 3rd is all by itself. Here, we're getting a 5 to everything inside the parentheses. 2 to the 5th power is 32, m to the 5th. X to the 15th is 29, and then 63 divided by 9 is 7. X to the 4th minus x to the 1st is x to the 3rd. Here, I took care of things on the bottom first, then subtracted, I get m to the 8th. And then here, I worked across, y to the 24th on top, and then 11 plus 9 is y to the 20th on the bottom. Subtract, I get y to the 4th. For number 33, only the p goes on the bottom because only the p has the negative exponent. 11 just had a normal 1. And then here, 36 divided by 6 is 6, and z to the negative 3rd comes on the top to be positive. For this next one, x to the 4th times x to the 6th is equal to x to the 10th, not x to the 24th. Scientific notation should be 5.8 times 10 to the 1, 2, 3, 4, negative 4th power. And this one should be 9.41 times 10 to the 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Okay? ordering from least to greatest. Notice they're all a 7, so that's going to help us. So really you can just order the numbers. So this would be 8.08, 8.88, and then 8.9. If they were at different numbers, then we'd have to write them in standard form first. About how many times greater is the diameter of the sun than the diameter of Neptune? So we're going to divide these. 1.4 times 10 to the 6 divided by 4.95 times 10 to the 4th. Divide 1.4 by 4.95. We get 0.282828. So I'm just going to round this and say 0.28 times 10 to the 2nd. So if I write that out in standard form, it'll be this, 28, which in scientific notation is 2.8 times 10 to the 1st. Okay, that'll conclude our test review. Thanks so much for tuning in. Sorry my voice is a little wonky, I've been sick lately, but hopefully this video helped you, and good luck on your test tomorrow. Have a great day.